So today, here, this is the most important part of a supply chain of any unit, any management system. So we are here showing you how things are going. Okay, so let's begin. First of all, is like a supplier would be having fleet in transit. Like what are the recalls? What are the vehicles fleets which are about to come back, which are in transit process, devices which are connected with container or with the fleet containers, and manpower is somewhere drivers or auditors. So it's all about a vehicle with the battery, with the driver, vehicle connected with the container is connected with the device, IoT monitoring device, and then overall it is watched by a manpower auditor, which is auditor. Okay, so this is really the really described UI, user interface. It's a backend is well described in the sense backend is working with it. So here is like initially you want to go through either by fleet and its criteria, what are the actives, and then its criteria like what are the distribution, all existing fleets at warehouse, how much of them are at warehouse, how much of them are involved into recalls which are returning, how much of them returning or they are in the process of carrying unused or illicit, like out of the working material in transit which are in the process of delivery. Then so their distributions next. So and based on that you got the fleet activity like on time, delayed, in transit. So based on active, inactive. Okay, so these all are through backend. So when you make inactive you would see change when I click it again. So you got the changes, yes. So and then in transit you again got like recall and in transit vehicles. And then the criteria is all those recalls and in transit vehicles, you see there would be some changes. All are there itself because it is a subset of fleet. All which are involved in recall or transit, they are currently in warehousing. So they are all are currently this one. So all those are which are in recall, so we make it. Okay. See, now when you come on recall, you click here, you see just a recall one. Okay, I think. Okay, you will see just a recall one. Yes, this is the just a recall one. So similarly in transit, so these are in transit, so you got that, isn't it? And then when you move to the monitoring devices, so currently there is only one devices. So what is its status? So it active one, inactive one. So when you click inactive again, you click there, you get some changes, isn't it? So out of those devices which are on time, delay, in transit, so you get the comparative analysis among existing one. Okay, so individually, together with anyone, summation wise, so it is giving you real data. So they are real data, they are real data. And then on containers, you're getting the efficiency which is on progress, service washing. So that container which are being utilized, and what are the percentage of hours they are being in the process of quarantine, washing, servicing. So these are real data. Okay, so you could see summation wise what is their progress. So this is comparative, they are in much use, this is in much use, or it is quarantined a lot. So you improve the working, so decision making. So you are neglecting or one, and this you are watching just the progress one. So it is much in progress, this is much in progress, so you get the decision. Okay, so now when you go for active one and click, you get the new again. Okay, so and then in manpower you get the pilot and auditors. So like you go by active, you click there, okay, you got that. If you click inactive again, go there, there's changes, so working, non-working. Similarly pilots, so these are, if you go by inactive, active, so those pilots and drivers which are currently inactive, what are their working and non-working hours. And if you go into pilots and auditors, so it is how much assignment they have done. So they are based on assignment, pilots and auditors. Okay, so similarly they have like in transit, drivers which are currently in transit process, with they are available with the vehicles which are in transit process. So which are in recall process, those drivers which are involved in the recall process. So this is that depth. Okay, and those who are at warehouse, currently available with the warehouse, but they are not involved anyone, so what are their location. So this is not making any changes, because currently the manpower amount is less, otherwise it would be okay. So similarly, so they are all described into four criteria, like 5 into 4, 20 different steps. Okay, containers which are all containers location at warehouse. So like currently they are in list number. Okay, or you refresh somewhere, then you get the data. Like they are showing you, this is the real data that you are getting. Okay, and then you get like now you if you go get into this one, you saw the changes. Yes, this is changing, and with the time this will be changing. So 5 into 4 plus 5 into 2 3 4, what is 4 into 2 plus 5, 8 plus 13 plus 20. So we have 20, 33 features coming from here. Okay, so it is currently the device should be attached with the container. That is why we are not getting. Then see, they are making the changes. This is real-time Internet of Things ongoing. And so what are the devices which are available? All the devices existing. Yes, you got the location of one. Yes, so at warehouse, so you need to like, if it is warehouse, when you refresh it, you got the refreshment. So warehouse is as is it is, yeah, as it is. So when you click on this, if it is available with the warehouse, you shall be getting any notation. You got these changes you could not get here, because that device is outside of warehouse. Let's see, is it in recall? It is not in recall. Recall the vehicle which is, it is in transit. Is it in transit? Is it in all? So all, what does it mean? It's neither in recall nor in transit, not at warehouses. It is in silent process. So it should be at warehouse. Okay, let it be. So these are in transit process. Okay, in transit in the sense all. So this was all. If I make now, if I make WMS, I need to refresh a bit. Okay, because the map is not getting refreshed. So if I click there, so at warehouses it's showing nothing. If you get into recall, is it showing? It is showing one. If you got into transit, it is showing two. If you go get into all, I think all is three. 1 2 3. All is three. So you got, this is the way you got a wheel described. So here you are getting all like in fleet, you get fleet like active. What are the active fleets and what are the inactive fleets, and how they are delayed and on delayed their performance. So you get that filter here on in transit, what are in transit process, and what are in, which are the involved vehicles in recall. And then you get into like internet timing. So what are the uses active and inactive, which are kept in warehouses, they are inactive. So they are filtering, making filters of active, inactive, and they are giving the same things. And in container which are active, so containers you got 7. So that time we could not get. Okay, we could not get. So you're getting, yes. I think it's a container, it's some different movement. Okay. So that time we were not getting. Okay. So so there you got like inactive. When you got inactive and you could click there, you get something. Okay. So this is not till there. Now what happens is like now things are going to start from here now. So these all are the smaller, like well defined of the whole comparative analysis bit by bit, whatever things comes under their day by day performance. So now these all data are being kept over this. So they are either vehicles, IoT device, container, manpower, fleets, not in transit. There is nothing in transit because IDs are either fleet, IoT devices, containers, auditors, drivers. So how is it working is like if I go by this one. So all means whatever it has performed all throughout its arrival date, the date it was arrived into warehousing. So one day is like from today, one day, last one day, this week means this week, last week, after this week, like last week. So 1 month is like from now, 1 month ago, 6 months from now, 6 months ago, 1 year from now, 1 year ago. And then there is like date, you could keep filters of date from where to where. So what happens is like you get an individual analysis. Like if I want to uh, check one of them, like we got the comparative analysis and we want to see their individual performance very defined way. So this is the comparative analysis all throughout the summation, and that is just for an individual. So you select somewhere like this, you select somewhere like this. So this is currently out of the date. Yes, it's out of the date, out of the date, even that's okay. So what is the protocol here is like if we have both the from to field and it should be in the positive direction, then the track would work for this one based on this and this. If one of them is eliminated, then it would go with this criteria. Okay, like currently if I have not kept anything here, so this is going by all criteria for this one. So complete life of this. And even if it is here and we have both the date field which is in positive direction, this the filter would work based on that. Okay. So should we go, so if I go like from 5 to 14 which is out of the criteria, so like there should not be any location here and nothing here. So this is a vehicle. Okay, I know this is a vehicle. So when I will be filtering for this one, you will find that this will get blocked because this has defined criteria. So this all is coming on this criteria. These 4 criteria are coming into it. Okay, and this will also get blocked because these all are criteria coming into this group because we need not require this much filters for this criteria. So now if I go here, so you got like uh, active, inactive. So here inactive, it is not active because it is from 5 to 14 5, which is out of now. Yeah, and inactive is completely inactive, and this is like second. So 777 600 is seconds, it is inactive. So how minutely it is working. So it has been blocked, you see it has been blocked, and there is no location, it is inactive. Now what I do is like I make it from much earlier. Okay, like from January, and now I filter. So you get like it was inactive, it is giving inactive, or let's say it is giving inactive. And this is like what all the distances it has moved in this time period, what are the location it has traveled. So it is saying all the locations. Okay, now let's small this one, let's see, it is not making any changes. So for all location, it is currently pick upping only all, not this one, because this is not complete. Now if this is the devices, okay, let's see, it will not filter for this one. For Google, for map we are refreshing currently, don't know what's problem there. So if I go with this, the device, on clicking, I clicked yes. On clicking yes, you got the active time, internet of things, and what is its location. Travel, traveled, in all, throughout all. So this is a location you are getting, okay. And this is active, inactive hours, so you are getting individually, so it got filtered. Yeah, it will get filtered. So if I go by 11 DC, this is container, okay. So let's click on that. So this is it, it is making changes that time, I think. So it's quarantine. So these are in second, real time data, seconds. These are being taken over the period of 6 months, okay. So this is what it is all about. So this is decision making, okay. This helps you to make a decision. So this is like, it helps you to make the decision, so it is well defined, group wise, individual wise, one bit by bit. So you got like, so it's like decision making, you get like, so these all are, you normally get like a decision making. So this is all about this.